So, do you need keto pre-workout? The short answer is maybe. So some of you may have heard about certain keto pre-workouts that are basically consisting of pre-workout, whatever that may consist of, plus beta-hydroxybutyrate ketones, so exogenous ketones. And I have a video on exogenous ketones and how to properly use them. I have a video on how to use them as a nootropic supplement. And overall, with exogenous ketones, they're a very diverse product, and you can use them for a lot of things: suppressing your appetite, stimulating fat burn, mental focus, performance in the gym, getting you in deeper states of ketosis has many benefits. So that is essentially what ketones do, exogenous ketones. And you can find them in supplements, in powders, in capsules. I always recommend powders because it's easier to dose and you have more flexibility. And they tend to be a cheaper cost per serving that way. Also, there are pre-workouts, like I said, that have these beta-hydroxybutyrate ketones within them. Is this necessary? Well, I have used these, and I have a video on keto protein powder supplements, which I think in general are not really worth it. But these keto pre-workouts do have a time and place, and that time and place is a lot more frequent than something like the keto protein powders, which I have another video on. But the keto pre-workouts do have a time and place, and this time and place is basically dependent on what you're doing the diet for. If you're doing this diet for overall lifestyle, and maybe you're trying to increase your lifts, maybe you're doing a bulk, then yeah, those pre-workouts with ketones in them are going to be beneficial because they'll basically get you in a deeper state of ketosis, better muscle sparing effect, better use of your fat, and overall a better effect on the amount of glycogen you'll use in that workout. So that's your carb energy that's going to be stored in your muscles. So getting into a deeper state of ketosis in your workout is going to be very beneficial if your goal is not necessarily fat loss. If your goal is muscle gain or maintaining your physique, or in general you're just doing keto for the lifestyle, there's only things to gain from taking a beta-hydroxybutyrate infused pre-workout on a ketogenic diet. If you're not doing a ketogenic diet, you can do this, but it would be a lot better for you to just take exogenous ketones and feel their benefits for the next couple hours that you're not eating carbs for. Overall, if you're doing this for fat loss, this is where the things get a little bit complicated. If you're doing a keto diet for fat loss and you start consuming large amounts of exogenous ketones, so there's typically not too large of quantities of exogenous ketones within these pre-workouts, but if you have too much, or if you're taking them all the time, this is basically going to make your body prioritize using those ketones before using their own. Now, if there's a small amount of ketones, it's not a big deal. However, if you're doing a prep, if you have a deadline in place, you're trying to go on vacation and you want to reach a certain body fat level, you would benefit from your body using its own ketones rather than intaking ketones every single time you take your pre-workout. What I actually do is I actually take my ketones, I buy this stuff separately. So I buy exogenous ketones on their own, and because it's a lot better to have a smaller dose of these things, and you don't want to be locked into a certain dose, because if you're locked into a certain dose in your pre-workout, if you want a half scoop or something that day, or if you want to have less of the ketones within them, you're going to half scoop your whole pre-workout and defeat the whole purpose of it. I say buy the stuff on its own, exogenous ketones. I use Athletic Alliance, Canadian brand, very good, cleanest stuff. And basically, you will benefit far more if you throw this into your pre-workout in varying quantities. So if you're hopping back into a keto diet from a carb weekend, have a larger dose. Control the dose yourself. If you're doing this for, a long-term fat loss goal, then throw in a much smaller dose. And your body really can get by quite far on small doses of exogenous ketones. Really, you don't want to be taking large doses of it every single day because it's going to make your body prioritize using those ketones instead of its own. You want to stimulate, you want to incite your body to use those ketones and then start burning its own. So a more balanced dose is going to be better, especially if you've been doing keto for a longer time than simply a few weeks. Now, overall, the keto pre-workouts, like I said, depending on how long you've been doing the diet, if you've been doing it long enough, so let's say a month, if you're fat adapted or reached a month of keto dieting, then exogenous ketone infused pre-workouts can be beneficial, and they probably won't have much of a downfall in terms of your fat loss. I'd really say that your money is better spent getting exogenous ketones on their own and mixing those in at your own desires and your own desired quantities within pre-workout supplements if you do take them. And as far as the keto infused pre-workouts, they're not necessary at all. They are beneficial. They're a luxury. If you are not doing this for fat loss, knock yourself out. They're great and they will give you an extra kick. If you are doing this for fat loss, if you have a certain deadline you want to hit, if you want to try to really break 10% body fat or something really extreme like that, then keep them to the side and stick to exogenous ketones on their own and keep them at quantities that are suitable for whatever your timeline is. If your timeline is not urgent, if you're not doing a show, if you're not going on vacation, if you're just trying to lose weight for the betterment of your life and you like working out, keto infused pre-workouts are totally fine. However, like I said, your money is probably better spent getting them individually. And also that'll help you control dosing a lot better. And you can do what I do, which is also use this stuff for a nootropic benefit. And basically, from that point, help your brain without inducing any stimulant response or ruining your sleep. That's actually what I did today. I did this at work like 6 hours ago, and I've been doing pretty well. I've been feeling pretty good, and I didn't even say this entire video, so that's actually a shout out to Dave Asprey, the bulletproof guy. He said that one before, but I just booked that right now. Haven't even said this entire video. If I did, well, actually I didn't, so keep going through. Yeah, give me more watch time and go through and try to find me saying but I didn't up until these points. Anyways, this is also good for nootropic benefit. I highly recommend it, and I definitely advise you to get these things separately and control the dosage yourself. So, thank you for watching. My name is Anthony Romano, and overall, if there's anything I could help you with, please leave a comment. I will get back to you. I get back to every single person. Thank you to everybody who's been giving me so much support lately. I really appreciate that. And overall, subscribe to my videos. I just said I'm there, but my point still stands because I didn't say it before. Peace.